Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. It appears we have a special guest to begin our third broadcast of the day. It is the Sun. While it's here, let's play ball. It is the Warkats and the Braves up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hansen pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good afternoon and welcome to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. This is the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open on SmeeSports. Game number 3 of the day brings us the Ohio Braves taking on the Warehouse Warkats. Should be a good one on hand today. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. A very interesting color match for this game as you have two teams with very bright jerseys. It is the Warkats wearing their neon green, and it is the Braves wearing their whites with powder blue lettering. Two very interesting jerseys. I'm a big fan of both of them, but we'll see how that translates onto the diamond as we have a lot of good players here today. A lot of guys trying to get noticed and a lot of guys just trying to prove themselves going into this contest. And as the summer is beginning to wind down, this is where the big players start to really establish themselves. Who can do it for a full season? Was the beginning of the year a flash in the pan, or was that a sign of things to come? That is a big question we ask ourselves down the stretch, and we might have some answers to it in this game. First pitch is away at 111, and we are off to the races. The bunt is sent foul by Ravalski. 0-1 the count. Last game did end in a tie as the time limit was reached. We played a total of 5 innings. 4-4 was the final in that game. In the first game, it was 13-5, so 18 combined runs. We've kind of had two different games in that regard. We'll see what this one brings. It could be a higher scoring affair, but at the same time, looking at least on paper, these squads are evenly matched, and that kind of leads me to believe that we're going to see a pitcher's duel. And so far, it is so good for Amons on the mound. 1-2 the count on Ravalski. The pitch. Down low for ball 2. As for the Braves, it is Higgins who is throwing for them. We will see him in the bottom of the first inning. Unless we get to the number 5 slot, then we will see him in the top of the inning here. 2-2 off the plate for ball 3, and we are full. After Ravalski, it's Hall, then Jolliffe. The rising junior at Padua looking to get on here on the payoff pitch, and he will. It is ball four off the plate. The leadoff man is aboard. Good patience by Rafalski, able to draw that one out and finally take his base. Now that brings in Mitch Hall, the center fielder. Or excuse me, the left fielder. Hall in left, Rafalski in center. First pitch he sees is sent into left field. Getting underneath it for the Warkats is Carey, and he has it for out number one. A simple routine flyout puts the first out on the board, and that'll bring in the ever-dangerous Anderson Jolliffe, the first baseman. Jolliffe now a rising junior at Independence. His older brother was a standout at Independence just like he is. Older brother Cy graduating in 2024. First a throwback to one, not in time. But both Jolliffes have had great careers at Independence. Obviously, Size is done. Jolliffe's just getting started here. Fly ball sent into right center field. Getting underneath it for the Warkats is McHale, and he has it for out number two. So after a leadoff walk, 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring in A.J. Aviles, the catcher. Aviles, a rising junior, plays his high school ball for St. Ed's. And right now the big roadblock in his way behind the dish is Jack Lau, who we saw in the last game. Lau came in behind the dish in place of Bo Davis, who did have an injury. But in seeing him after the game, he does appear to be okay. But we will monitor that situation as it does develop. Swing and a miss to begin the at-bat, 0-1. In the bottom of the inning, it is Lancey, Nakudo, and Oliveri for the Warkats. Fly ball sent foul off to the right side. Now an 0-2 count. The Braves looking to get on the board early in this game, and same with the Warkats. The Warkats, they have that extra bit of experience as they are a 17U organization. That might be enough to propel them over the Braves. The 0-2 is lined into left field. Once again, it is Carey there, and he has it to retire the side. Leadoff walk leads to nothing, and the Warkats defense settles in nicely, forcing 3 flyouts, 2 to left and 1 to right. Middle of 1 in Kent. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Warkats looking to get on the board in the bottom of the first inning. Send up Lancey, Nakudo, and Oliveri. Their offense looking to get a good start in this game, and after their defense set the stage, it is really the biggest opportunity that they will have, at least momentum-wise, for now, to get on the board. If you can strike early, that really changes the way the rest of the game goes, and they know that. The goal is to strike early and with good efficiency. And some of that does boil down to some patience as Lancey takes 2 balls. Lancey, the starting shortstop, plays his high school ball for CVCA, where he will be a senior this upcoming season. The 2-0 in the zone for strike 1. It is a North Coast Conference battle to begin the bottom of the first inning, as it is Luke Higgins on the mound. Higgins, a rising junior at Padua. Higgins is 2-1 in the dirt for ball 3. A lot of Padua Bruins on this Braves roster. A total of 3 by my count. 3-1 count on Lancey. No pressure right now on him. Higgins sets and delivers. Good crank, but well foul. We have seen a lot of great power today from hitters. The only issue, 9 times out of 10, it is foul, and well foul. But a chance for him to straighten it out here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, it is Nakudo in the on-deck circle. It is starting to get a little bit warmer here at Schoonover Stadium, so we will see if that does play a factor in this game. The payoff pitch, once again, foul, a little bit closer, still down that same line. Another good cut from Lancey, just unable to straighten it out, and that is a big issue right now for a lot of these hitters. Higgins taking his time. The payoff pitch. Fly ball sent into center field. Still going back. And it is going to be tracked down and caught for out number 1 by Rowalski. Excellent work out in center field by the rising junior at Padua. Able to track that one down amid the sun. This is really the first time today that we are seeing the sun come out. We still do have the field lights on. They were on earlier today just to kind of brighten things up, as it was a very dark morning. We did have some rain. The hope is that the rain is away for now, but we will see if that ends up being the case or not. First pitch up high for ball 1 to Nakudo. Kai Nakudo, wearing number 7, plays high school ball for Jackson in 2026. He will be a senior, and he is expected to be one of the leaders of the team. Swing and a miss now, 1-1 the count. Looking at the Braves defense, it is Higgins on the mound, Aviles behind the dish, Jolliffe at first, June at second, Berlin at short, Camden at third, Hall in left, Rowalski in center, and then in right it is Mahalik rounding out the Braves defense. The 1-1 hangs high for ball 2. Definitely a competitive pitch from Higgins, but still missing the mark. This past season for Padua, Higgins was I would say, often reliever for the Bruins, coming in for an inning or 2 every so often. He could be a guy that slides into the Makai Williams pitching role as the closer next year. A couple of guys definitely do have that ability. We will see who ends up getting that nod in 2026. In the meantime, Aviles is going to call time to talk things over with his pitcher. Both pitchers having some difficulty locating the strike zone early on in this one. And for the Braves, keeping everybody fresh is a big, big priority. Keep in mind they do have one more game today. They are the only team today that has a doubleheader. Or to go further, the only team playing more than one game today. Everybody else, one and done, and that makes it a lot easier. But for the Braves, they're here now, and they're here again at 3:15. The 3-1 from Higgins is upstairs for ball 4, and it will be a 1-out walk for Nakudo. Excellent patience in the box, and to add on, he will sprint on down the line. Showing energy early on is a great way to get spirits up, especially in a game like this. A sticky, muggy kind of afternoon in Kent. You have to find your energy somehow. And that might be one of the small ways that this Warehouse Warkats squad can do that. Oliveri pops it up shallowly on the infield, and it'll be caught at second base by June for out number 2. And that is the response the Braves wanted. They forced a pop out, and that'll bring up the EH. It is Lucas Bertolacci stepping in, the rising senior at green. First pitch he sees is, I believe, a strike. No signal, just verbiage. So 0-1 the count. After Bertolacci, it is Michael, then Amons. Close eye on the runner over at first base. The 0-1 driven towards the left side, through into left field. It is a 2-out base knock for Bertolacci. And that is the first base hit of the game for either team. Nicely done by the EH. His goal is to get on and move runners along. And the rising senior at green does just that. Still with 2 down, it is Michael, the right fielder, stepping in. Michael, just like his predecessor, a rising senior at green. And once again, Aviles is going to call time and talk things over with Higgins. You'll have to be careful of how many times he does that in a game like this. Time can quickly get away from you. And if you're not timing things up right, and if you're kind of being passive throughout the game with time, all of a sudden down 1 or 2 late, you run out of time and you won't have a chance to make that comeback. Right now it seems small, but the more and more stoppages we have like that, the more and more time comes off the time limit. Today, in 2 games, it has been put into effect or has been tested twice. First pitch pop foul by McHale, 0-1. The first game, it was I would say, 2-edged sword, as on one end you have the run rule, the other one, it's the time limit. So both were put into effect, and then in game number 2, it was strictly the time limit. So that has been a consistent factor so far today. Before the 0-1, McHale steps out and calls time. In the on-deck circle for the Warkats, it is Amons. Looking ahead to next inning for the Braves, it's Higgins, Mihalik, and June, 5, 6, and 7. The 0-1 goes to the outside this time and connects, now 0-2. A chance for the Braves to get out of this inning while stranding 2 runners. That would be ideal given where they stand right now. 2 strikes on McHale, and Higgins will step off. I get what he's doing, trying to bait time to be called at the plate. But at the same time, if he can focus on getting the out there without playing mind games, even better. And there it is, he misses that time. You have to be careful in a situation like this. You start playing mind games, you start getting fancy, you go from 0-2 to full, you kind of lose your establishment of the strike zone. You lose the at-bat, and the bases load. This is the spot that you have to take care of the batter. Early on in the game, nobody has scored yet. You don't want to give them an opportunity to change that. The 0-2 swing and a miss, and the side will be retired pending the throw down to 1, which is in time. Nice work behind the dish from Avilos to get it down the line in time, and good work on the mound from Higgins as he earns the strikeout. Through 1 in Kent, no score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at SmeeSports, we always love our fan interactions, whether it be on social media or during the game. I think we got a really cool one here. Before the game started, I mentioned the jerseys of the Warkats. You got to love them. The neon green with the black lettering. Frank McHale, whose son plays right field for the Warkats, he made the jerseys, and I just got that message on social media via X. So shout out to Frank McHale for that information. And he did a great job with the jerseys. And so far today, his son out and right has one put out, and that was retiring Jolliffe back in the first. Now in the second inning, it is Higgins, Mihalik, and June, 5, 6, and 7 for the Braves. But Anthony McHale is one of those names that, even though I haven't really covered Green all too much, which, let's be real, I've never covered Green because I've not had any other games yet, that's a name I did know heading in. I do know a lot of the Federal League teams. I just really don't get that opportunity. The one that we've seen the most from the Federal League, though, Perry. And I don't think there's anybody from Perry on either roster today. That is ball four down low, and the inning is a leadoff walk for Higgins. It's always fun to see that, and always fun to see parents, whether it be doing game changer stats or pitching in this case with jerseys, always getting involved with these teams. Their kids are very active every weekend having tournaments, so why not get involved as a parent? And that is one heck of a way to do it. And shout out to him. I'm sure that wasn't an easy thing to do. You want to make sure the jerseys turn out good because everybody knows who is making them. And I would say he stepped up to the plate and more than delivered. It is Austin Mihalik, the right fielder for the Braves, stepping in for the first time today. Mihalik, wearing number 3, just finished up his sophomore campaign at Berea Mid-Park. He'll chop that one foul now, 1-1 the count. And given this is a 965 Midwest Challenge tournament, Matt Kimmick, one of the main directors, should know him somewhat well as he was the old head coach of Mid-Park. And Berea, they have that nice complex out in Brook Park where their baseball team plays, and their softball diamond, very nice as well, just next to BW's. We chop down the right field line, foul. Count now 1-2. Looking ahead to the rest of the day of coverage, the Braves stay on for the 3:15 game as they take on Fort Staten. And then at 5:30, it is Press On taking on the H24 Longhorns. The 1-2 pops up, and it is going to go out of play. For those just tuning in as well, we did have a scare with the weather entering today. The forecast looked really bad, and by all means, it looked like today was going to be a wash. But we are in game number 3 right now, and it does look like we will have a pop-up storm in a little bit. But for now, things looking good. The 1-2, it is going to bounce behind the catcher. And that is going to put the opening run in scoring position. LaVerry just unable to block that one. It was a wild pitch from Amons, but still not what you want to happen with nobody out in the inning. The rising junior, a chance to do some damage for the Braves. 2-2 misses low for ball 3, and we are full. After Mihalik, it is West June. Looking at Ronnie Amons, he just finished up his junior campaign at Norton. A lot of good players on that Norton squad as they had one heck of a campaign led by the Keeveman brothers. Johnny Keeveman staying on as he is going to be a sophomore next year. Jordan Keeveman graduating and joining Grant Lashutka, albeit a year early, at Wright State. But Norton is in that kind of golden era. The past 4 or 5 years, they have been tremendous. Football has had some of their best ever seasons of all time. Baseball doing the same. A lot of positives over at Norton. Payoff pitch is fouled away. It'll be interesting to see if any of their teams can get over the hump, make a Final Four, win a state title. The time is now for the Panthers. They have everything in place. They just need to get it done. The payoff again. Same results. We will do it again. The trend continues into this game. A lot of foul balls across the board. And that will definitely run up a couple of pitch counts as today progresses. We saw that in the last game with the starting pitcher of the Stars being pulled after 2 innings of work. Payoff one more time. It is upstairs for ball 4. And that'll put 2 on with nobody outs. That was pitch 23 today from Amons. So I would say more wiggle room than I thought he had, but still not a really good spot to be in, especially with 2 on here, nobody out. If you can get a double play, that would definitely help in keeping that pitch count nice and low. Westtoon trying to move the runners along, but he is unable to connect there. 0-1 the count. Westtoon wearing number 6 places high school ball, I believe, for South Central. And he, along with Ben Thomas, who is batting later on in this game, are the 2 juniors, now rising seniors on the roster. Shows bunt there and pulls back now. 1-1 the count. Oliveri being plenty active behind the dish, and I like that from him. You want to try and pick off a runner if you can, especially the lead runner. But if you get the trail at first, that's still 1 out closer to getting out of the inning. The bunt is down, but the bunt is going to go foul. Count now 1-2. And I like how everybody from the Warkats kind of surrounded the ball, but nobody panicked. The ball looked to be rolling foul. They let it run its course, and when it did, they finally made it a dead ball. That's what you're supposed to do in that situation. Crowd the ball. If you think it's going to stay fair, that's when you make a play on it. If not, here you are, 1-2 count. The pitch. Fouled off. That ball awfully close to Camden in the on-deck circle. Some friendly fire between the second baseman and the third baseman. We'll see if Camden has a response when he is up. 1-2 the count. The pitch inside for ball 2. And once again it continues. Foul ball then a ball. And we get these elongated at-bats. It's nice for those who enjoy the game of baseball at a slower pace, but for those who like the offensive end of things, not their cup of tea. The 2-2 down below for ball 3, and we are full. And a chance for the bases to be loaded on a 3rd straight walk. Not quite. Instead, it is a single into left field. They're going to send the runner now pulling back. And that will officially load up the bases for Ryan Camden. Nice piece of hitting from West June, able to pull it off to that left side. And once again, that stems from a great battle at the plate. Finally found his pitch, brought it to the left side, and it's easily into left field. That's why these battles at the plate are so important. All it takes is one pitch going your way as a batter, and boom, you get your desired results. First pitch in there for strike 1, and over at third base, the runner getting a little bit too aggressive, I would say. And you'll see him here just kind of creep down the line. The 0-1 driven down the right field line. It is going to fall on the line. They call it fair. The Braves are going to open the scoring. There is one. And now, there's the second. A little bit of confusion there as everybody just stayed put. I think it did get trapped underneath the wall, so that should be a ground rule double bringing in 2 runs. They did clearly call it fair. There is no debate there. And okay, I see it. Oliveri actually called it out to the umpire. He saw his right fielder say the ball is gone. It's a ground rule double. He communicates it, and then the play stops. That is great work from Oliveri. That is a small, small detail. Not many people will notice it, but on the replay, you see it clear. He has shown plenty of leadership, but it is the Braves, courtesy of that, what should be a ground rule double, taking the board and taking it as their own. But a nice piece of hitting from Camden. It was right on the line. It was 50-50. No matter which way they called it, I would have agreed with it, as it was one of those close plays. As well, in the meantime, I want to send my congratulations out to Tri-C catcher, or now former Tri-C catcher, Brendan Hazuda, as he just announced his commitment to Lake Erie College to go and catch for the Storm. Brendan was a joy to watch this year, and wishing him the best of luck at Lake Erie. And ironically enough, Tri-C's first fall game of the year that we are going to be covering is against the Lake Erie Storm. So we will see a reunion on SmeeSports on September 13th. Already looking forward to that game, as it should be a very, very fun one. And field is in here. Ball one now 2-0 on Berlin. Bruno Berlin, wearing number 23, plays his high school ball for Brecksville, where he just finished up his sophomore campaign. And field in with 2 runners on in scoring position. Nobody out. 2-0 lead for the Braves. Now the ball's going to skip wide. We have a play at the plate, and it is not in time. The ball is jarred out of the glove, and that'll make it 3-0. The Ohio Braves adding on yet another run. Nice work. A risky move trying to take home on that pass ball, but June does just enough to get in. Now, as a third base coach, I would not have told my runner to go. But then again, that is why I am up here in the booth, as maybe on the field it looked a lot clearer, but I really do like that aggression. The Braves showing plenty of aggressive tendencies, and that puts them in a good spot to win this game. That'll be ball 4 on the outer edge as it misses. Put runners at the corners, nobody out for Ben Thomas, one of 2 EHs to round out the order. It is Thomas and Brady Adams. And talking to the Braves coaching staff, they said expect to see both Thomas and Adams, whether it be in this game or the next, get some PT on the diamond defensively. Ben Thomas, as I mentioned earlier, one of 2 juniors, now rising seniors on this roster, as he plays his high school ball for Padua. So I'm sure at least a couple of times we will see him next spring, whether it be with Holy Name or outside of it. In the meantime, the Warkats are going to send some arms down to the bullpen. It is Bolivar and Carraro going down there to warm up. We will see which one actually starts to throw. 2-0 in there for strike 1. But Tyler Carraro, wearing number 17, plays his high school ball for Hoban. He's a rising senior there. And then Kenyerver Bolivar, a rising senior at McKinley. 2-1 is going to miss for ball 3. So you have a Summit and Stark County Giant represented in the bullpen. After Thomas, it once again goes to Adams. And we will see him here as it is back-to-back walks. 4th walk of the inning. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. The Braves firmly in control. With them having to play again later, this is a big result, as if they can get this one done early, they would definitely appreciate that. First pitch upstairs for ball 1, and I could be mistaken, but in checking our live feed, 51 live viewers, I believe that is a record for the summer live concurrently, so thank you for everybody who is tuned in right now. Fly ball down the right field line, and it is going to go foul and bounce out of play. And for those just joining us, as we did just have a big bump, this is what has happened in this inning. Higgins and Mihalik walked to begin. June singled. Then Camden hit a 2 RBI ground rule doubles. It did kind of bounce. I think it did go under the fence. That was the issue. It was communicated nicely by Oliveri behind the dish. Then back-to-back walks, loads the bases up again. Nobody out. Here we are. 1-1 down Broadway for strike 2 on Adams. As for last inning, walk, fly out, fly out, fly out for the Braves. For the Warkats, fly out, walk, pop out, single, strikeout. Weak rounder over to short. Play at the plate is not in time, and that'll make it 4-0 Ohio Braves. Excellent hustle down the line. Time now called by the Warkats. They want to appeal. And as they do appeal, we're going to watch it back here to see what we can see if there is grounds for this decision or not. Don't know exactly what they want to appeal. Maybe if his foot was there, which his foot was not on the bag. So there's not much of an appeal there. There could be something else we're missing on the play. That does happen sometimes. But if it's close and you think you have a case, you always appeal. And based on that reaction, I kind of think the puzzled look and the head shake says no to the Warkats. And we'll get a camera on over to see this conversation unfold. And it appears the coach, not happy but satisfied with the response, will go back. And that's what's supposed to happen here. If you appeal and the call doesn't go your way, you're supposed to accept it and go to the next play. The Warkats coach is doing exactly that. I give him massive props. We've seen a couple of games this year get out of hand because of that. He accepts the situation and moves on. That is a true leader and a great head coach. Today might not be going their way, but the Warkats have one heck of a guy at the helm. And now a chance for the damage just to continue. The 1-0 off the plate for ball 2. Back to the top of the order we go with Rivulski. He walked his first time up. It'll be a pass ball, and that is going to make it 5-0 Ohio Braves. And they are one ball away from having the bases loaded once again. Reading the down angle is something we talk about a lot here on SmeeSports. That time it's just reading the ball off the glove. As a runner, you always have to be ready to anticipate. You have to be ready to break at any given moment. And so far today, the Braves, they have been more than ready to do that. Here's the 3-0, and it is in there for strike one. A big 5-run inning so far for the Braves, and still no outs recorded. The 3-1 swing and a miss from Rivulski. We are full. It appears the action in the bullpen for the Warkats is done, so I assume that means we would have the call to the bullpen if any more damage is done. The payoff pitch is upstairs for ball 4, and the bases once again are loaded. Time is called, and I believe now we are going to have our pitching change. Tough outing for Amons as just he couldn't find his rhythm in the second inning. A total of 5 walks allowed, 5 runs, 6, 7, and 8 would be against him as things stand. And it is going to be Bolivar, the rising senior at McKinley, coming on to throw for the Warkats. And as he warms up, we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. You are watching the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Schoonover Bolivar warmed up and ready to go for the Warkats defense in the top of the second inning. None down, bases juiced, 5-0 lead for the Braves. His first pitch is in the zone for strike one. Once again, Schoonover Bolivar wearing number 13. He's a rising senior at Canton McKinley. Here comes the 0-1. Hits him. Now it's 6-0. Had to make sure there for a second. It kind of looked like it hit the bat, but I don't think it did. And that'll bring in an extra run. And you can see on the mound, he is starting to try and get that stride back. It's tough to adjust on the fly, and it's always tough when you're thrown into a game like this. Bases loaded, nobody out. You need a stop, and it has to start here. Fly ball popped foul and out of play. 0-1 the count. It is Anderson Jolliffe, the first baseman, stepping in for the second time. 0-for-1 in this game with a fly out to right. And it does appear that things are starting to get darker, so we'll see how much longer we have before the rain hits. The 0-1 upstairs, now 1-1 the count. And for a team like the Warkats, they would definitely do good by a break. And a lot of that break has to come with getting out number 1 in this inning. Bolivar's 1-1. Jolliffe takes inside for ball 2. We talked a lot about Jolliffe in the last inning. Independence, they are losing some key pieces next year. But Anderson could step up and become one of their key guys, even more so than he was this year. He could be that big guy for Independence next year. 2-1, swing and a miss, now 2-2. And for a squad with Final Four aspirations, a lot of that is going to start with him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bolivar looking for out number 1. And he will get it, swing and a miss. And at long last, the Warkats have an out on the board. They needed something to kind of kickstart the end of the inning. That's 1. Now a double play ends it, and I kind of think we're going to see normal depth restored, but for the time being, the answer is no. With 1 down, A.J. Aviles, the catcher, steps in. He is 0-for-1 today with a flyout. First pitch backs him out, 1-0. And no, it actually hit him. Definitely did back him out, but I guess it did just nick him. Bases remain loaded. Now a 7-0 game. For those unfamiliar with the 965 rules, just to set up the run rules, 12-run lead after 3, 10-run lead after 4, 8-run lead after 5 is enough. And in the meantime, it looks like we are trying to have a pinch runner. It is going to be Jolliffe, as he is in as a courtesy for Aviles. But the time limit also 2 hours. We started this one at around 1:11. 2 or 3 minutes before that is when the meeting between the coaches and the umpires ended. So we have until 3:08 to start a new inning. So still plenty of time left to go. But given where we are right now, I'd be surprised if we saw all 7 innings. We're yet to see it today. Game number 1 was 6 innings. Game number 2 was 5. And this one easily could be 4. Bolivar's 0-1. Driven to the right side. High bounce on the infield. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. But that is going to bring in run number 8. Higgins gets the job done, and he has more than enough insurance now. It is an 8 spot for the Braves in the top of the second. Looking forward to the bottom of the inning. Aimons could stay on to hit. Otherwise, it would be Bolivar, Shaw, and Schoenfeld. 6, 7, and 8 for the Warkats. Mihalik looking to keep the inning alive. He walked his first time up. And that is a balk. 9-0 now your score. That is balk number 2 of the day. And both balks have brought in a run. As well, Higgins, he did lead off the inning, and now Mihalik back in. This is the 13th at-bat of the inning. Just a wild stat, and that kind of shows how this game has gone. This has been the Braves' contest for the past couple of moments, and they are running away with it. 1 more run, and they would have the run rule after 4. 2 more runs if they score that 1 in the 3rd, and they can end it through 3. One thing is for sure, the Warkats offense needs a boost in the bottom of the inning. And if you are the Braves, looking at that first inning, you didn't have your hit. You're the team who kind of came out flat, if you will. Now they're the team who controls this game. They have to play again after this, but they have so much momentum. They are in a great spot right now. The 3-0 down Broadway for strike 1. So we'll have to see what ends up happening and how they work through this. The 3-1 grounded towards first base. Nobody there to cover. Bolivar runs in, and he is able to get there in time, and the side is retired. But it is a great 9 spot for the Braves as they change this game completely. Middle of 2 in Kent, the Ohio Braves dominating the Warkats. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. What an inning for the Braves. A 9 spot in the top of the second inning. Now in the bottom, their defense looks to solidify things as they look to run away with this one even more than they already have. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We are checking the radar once again, and like this morning, it is not looking promising. It does appear storms are expected to start in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Hopefully that is wrong, but we don't know. Bolivar grounds it up the middle towards short. Throw to 1 is going to be in time. And there is the first out of the bottom of the inning. Nice work in the middle of the infield to get that out. And that retires Bolivar with ease. 1 up, 1 down, and Kyle Shaw will step in. Shaw, the center fielder, a rising senior at CVCA. He is a guy who earned a lot of game time last year for the Royals, and he looks to be a key piece as CVCA lost a lot of key players, and 2026 can be a retooling year. But given how some guys have stepped up, and the big one is Connor McGow, that is the one that really has impressed me. They could be a contender again. I think we said that the last couple of years, CVCA, they lost a lot of guys. Can they compete? They lose, I would say, their biggest piece in the last couple of years, but with guys like Shaw who can do that, they might be in good hands as he is going to one-hop the fence. He is in at second. He wants more. He is cruising to third, and Shaw is going to be in there. It is a one-out triple for Kyle Shaw. No better way to prove that the future of CVCA baseball is in good hands than by taking matters into your own swing. A big, big triple for Kyle Shaw. And that gives the Warkats a shot to put a run up here in the bottom of the second inning. They definitely need some offense as they're down by 9. But this does not have to be the game done and dusted. They can force their way back in. And that was a start, and they need to continue it here. First pitch to Schoenfeld is off the plate for ball 1. Assuming everything does go to plan, we have 2 more games today. It is the Braves and Force at 3:15, then Press On and the Longhorns at 5:30. The 1-0, wave and a miss, now 1-1 the count. Casey Schoenfeld, wearing number 2, just finished up his junior campaign at Canton Central Catholic. The Crusaders made it all the way to the regional final, bowing out to Waynedale. And one more pitch potentially. Here's the 1-1. That's ball 2. And I'm just not going to say anything. Just sunshine and rainbows. Could be a rainbow soon, actually. That would also be contingent on some rain happening. Here's the 2-1. Inside for ball 3. In the on-deck circle after Schoenfeld, it is Cam Carey. Carey wearing number 11 is a rising senior at Jackson. Shaw down the line at third, one down. The 3-1, chopped over towards second base, throw to one. It's in time for out number 2, but that comes at a price, and that is the Warkats on the board in the bottom of the second inning. And if you are the Braves, I think you will take that trade-off every single day. You're up by 9, now up by 8. You're one out closer to getting out of the inning, and you gave your offense another shot to go out there and cause some chaos. Carey with the bases cleared, a chance to do some damage himself, or at least get on. First pitch inside for ball 1, backs him out. As for the Braves, it is June, Camden, and Berlin, 7, 8, and 9 hitting in the top of the third inning. Well, no strikes to count. The pitch. High hanger off to the right side. Called off at second. June has it, and the side is retired. 1 run scores in the bottom of the second inning for the Warkats, putting the home team on the board. But this game is controlled by the Braves. Through 2 innings at Schoonover Stadium, it is the Ohio Braves up 9-1 on the Warehouse Warkats. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Nine-1 your score as we begin the top of the third inning at Schoonover Stadium. The Ohio Braves firmly in control, up 9-1 on the Warehouse Warkats. This has been a great game for the Braves. First inning did not go their way, but the second inning, plating 9, they're exactly where they want to be. With a little bit of insurance added on, they could end the game as soon as the bottom of the inning. Up by 8, they need 4 to do that. And then they would also need the Warkats to come up empty on offense. Boulevards 1-1. Runs inside for ball 2. Wes June wearing number 6 back in the batter's box. He is a rising senior at South Central. The darkness has once again returned to Schoonover Stadium. So the goal is to get through this game at least. And that has been how today has gone. The forecast initially was so bad that I really was doubtful that we would actually get at least 1 game in, let alone 2. So I would say we're pretty grateful to be in game number 3. But we'll see how much further we can get. And hopefully, once again, we can defy the odds. The 3-1 is off the dish for ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard. And if we do stay on track, 2 more games left to go today, and they should be good ones. We have the Battle of the Powder Blues up next, as it is Force and the Ohio Braves. Then at 5:30, it is Press On, which is, I would say, Tuskegee County, but WTUZ region teams represented. And then the H24 Longhorns, which I believe is H24 DeBoard. And the talent on that roster is great. It's a lot of Stowe kids. It's a lot of kids from the kind of Richfield area, so a lot of talent out there, and as well, they do have a shortstop committed to Akron and Andon Bender. We saw this squad last year in the Diamond League tournament. They did not have the game that they really wanted to have, but in the end, they still did do a good job this year of bringing pretty much everybody back. Fly ball sent foul now, 1-1 the count. As for the rest of the week, Friday and Saturday, 9:30 and 12 first pitches, either at AOA, Minerva, or Jackson. Saturday, I believe, for sure is Jackson. Friday, it could be AOA, Jackson, or Minerva. Sunday, 3 games at Jackson. I believe it's 10, 12, and 2, something along those lines. And that is the 16U World Series Championships. 1-1, swing and a miss, now 1-2 the count. And as I mentioned, this is most likely our final day of coverage at Kent State this summer. We have been here a good amount, and they have been great hosts. So once again, thank you to Kent State and Kent State Baseball. The 1-2. Upstairs, back pick down to 1. Not going to be in time. Still a great idea from Oliveri, who has been great today. I would say the biggest bright spot on this Warkats team. He has done a lot of the little things right. And sometimes all it takes is the little things to produce results in later games. The 2-2, good drive down the left field line, but pretty much as is every single nicely hit ball today, it's foul. That has happened so often, and it just seems routine. Good contact, it's foul. Always a mood killer. Now, time is called, as it does appear the one coach is walking off the diamond, and we'll see what he's doing. Don't know exactly what was going on there, what transpired, but kind of did a lap and came back around to third. Could be deciding who is going to come in potentially defensively in the bottom of the inning. The 2-2 in there for strike 3 looking, and out number 1 has been recorded. Strikeout number 2 today for Bolivar. With 1 down, that'll bring in Bruno Berlin, the shortstop. Berlin 0 for 0 as he walked his first time up. This game still firmly with the Braves, and I don't see that changing anytime soon based on the way this offense has been operating. First pitch well wide for ball 1. If the Braves can get close to that run rule of 10 runs after 4, I think they would be happy with that. Right now, the Warkats have to score again, otherwise this game is done in the bottom of the 5th. And keep in mind, through 2 games today, we are yet to see the 7th inning. Ground ball through on the left side, splitting third and short. And that'll place runners at the corners. Not quite there, sending the runner to second base. And Berlin is in. So scratch that. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 down on a single from the shortstop. That is just heads up base running. Saw the ball go through on the throw. They tried cutting off the play at the plate. The lead runner in June held up. And because of that throw, Berlin was easily able to take second base. That is just knowing the game of baseball. I'm really impressed with how this team has ran the bases so far. And if they can do this for the rest of the summer, these guys can be some of the best players to watch heading into next year. And keep in mind, these are all pretty much rising juniors except for 2. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And looking at the schools, too, that these guys play for, a couple of these guys looking to break into their starting rotations. The really big established one still is Jolliffe. Boulevard taking plenty of time. The 0-1. Hit foul, now 0-2. And I don't blame Boulevard for taking a couple of extra seconds on the mound. He already does have 1 balk in this game, and that did cost him a run. And the goal is to avoid that happening again. No balls, 2 strikes. Boulevard sets and fires. Fouled directly back. Boulevard used to playing these bigger facilities, as Canton McKinley's home diamond is Thurman Munson, which we will be at next week for the first time in our company's history. So looking forward to that. The 0-2 taken for ball 1. Good work from Thomas as he sees that one in. In the on-deck circle after Thomas, it is Brady Adams. And then back to the top of the order we go. The 1-2 from Bolivar, fouled away again, and that one is going towards the parking lot. And that is an awkward bang. Sounds metallic. Hopefully it was not a car. The car is hopefully far enough away as there's a good amount of space between the parking lot and the diamond. I would say about as close as you can get, which gives every parking spot a safe distance away from the diamond. The 1-2 popped into shallow left field. It is going to be caught for out number 2, and there is no possible tag up. And that is a tough one for the Braves, as that was in a spot that they could have tagged up, but the runner didn't get back. And based on that reaction over at third base, I think Coach knows they should be up 10-1 and that they should have tagged. Frustrating there, and you can tell him giving some instructions. I don't blame them. That was a spot that they could have scored. Now the dirty work has to be done by Adams. They got to score that run, otherwise that is going to be a brutal, brutal couple of moments, knowing that they could have had an extra run added on. You just got to be ready in the bases. You got to know the situation with one down. You got to be on the bag, even if you think it's going to fall. As that one, I don't think was that close to falling. And now it is a pass ball. I think it was a balk regardless. So we'll see if they end up counting that pitch. Either way, it's 10-1. So the run does come around to score. But that would have been one extra if he was home. You don't want to live in if-then land all too much. But sometimes in the game of baseball, you do have to look at it from that standpoint. Not ideal, but you have to do what you have to do. Depending on what they rule that as I believe it will be a no pitch. It'll be a 1-0 count. Bolivar fires, and it is fouled away. And as well, that was his second balk of the game, third of the day, and all 3 balks that we have seen have resulted in a run scoring. You always have to come set, and he's taking some extra time on the mound in between pitches to make sure he does, which I would say is the right decision. The 1-1 driven to the right side, and it is going to drop but foul. Count now 1-2. Had the right idea, but just couldn't bring it into the actual field of play. Up next for the Warkats, next inning, it is Daniels, Lacey, or excuse me, it's Lancey, then Nakudo. And that is once again with the weather, if we get there. I think at this point, just given what the forecast says and with the writing on the wall, we're going batter by batter, pitch by pitch. And I hate to have the storyline of this game be, oh, look, bad weather's on the way, but it kind of has to be the storyline. Here comes the 1-2. Good drive to the left side. It is through into left field. And once again, timely hitting pays off. That'll make it 11-1 Ohio Braves. Now up by 10. This offense is not quite done yet. And that would put the run rule into effect after 4. Keep in mind, the first game today, 6 innings. Game number 2, 5. The pattern suggests this one will be done in 4. Too bad the first game was in 7, and you'd have descending for every single game, as that would not be possible to end a game in 2. Unless, of course, the weather plays a factor. And once again, there will be some action in the bullpen for the Warkats. Zeke Keating is running down there along with Corral. I would assume it is Corral this time. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Bolivar sets and fires. It is up high for ball 2. And time now called. The Warkats are going to have a powwow on the mound to talk things over. I don't know if this is when they pull Bolivar. I think this is going to be simply a conversation of how are you feeling? You see him out there just messing with something. But based on the body language, I kind of think that is how it is going. It does appear that force is here, but they are going to go off to the side. The rain is back, and I think they're going to take cover. So a 2-out count. They do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. I don't think they're going to really have him throw wrong, especially with it raining here. The odds of him coming in right now, not very good. You could, at the same time, bring him in. But I feel like you save your arm, and with the rain coming in, you kind of just accept the way this game is going. You're down by 10. It would take a lot of offense to change the way that this game appears to be finishing. And with a 3-0 count on Rafalski, that run rule inducing run at the end of the inning would then be put on. Once again, if we can get through game number 3, that would be a big, big step in the right direction, given now that the rain is back. Throwback to 1 is not in time. So we'll see how this rain does affect, as you can kind of see it on your screen there. The 3-0, it is going to hit for strike 1. And hitting in the rain with the fielders having a tougher time reading the ball is always a gift to the offense. But it also can be a hindrance, just depending on when it is used. And that is going to be a balk. Balk number 3 of the game for Bolivar. And that puts another runner in scoring position. I'm still having a hard time seeing exactly what he's doing. I kind of think it's just a slight cadence thing where he, I would say, kind of moves around too much after he comes out. We'll see here. And from there, maybe he moves slightly sometimes. I think that's what they're going to call. 3-1 up and in for ball 4. And yep, there it is. The skies are opening. And you might be able to hear it. And you will see it on your screen. Those are some loud and big pellets of rain. Welcome to Summer Baseball, everybody, where Mother Nature always has something to say and always is allowed to come in and pinch hit. First pitch to Hall is a strike, I think, and Bolivar went tumbling. Yeah, I don't think we're seeing the bottom of the 3rd inning, ladies and gentlemen. At least not now. But we could, okay. It's slowing down a little bit. We might. We'll see. Once again, we're still taking it batter by batter. Fly ball sent into right. It is down, and they're going to send run number 12 home. There is no contest at the plate. Cruising into 3rd is run number 13, and that would be enough for the run rule at the end of the inning. It is an RBI single for Mitch Hall. Nicely done once again. That puts him at the corners, up by 11. The Braves are dominating this game, and they are ready to win this one in dominating fashion. I think right now that is the goal for the umpires, to get through this game, especially given how close we are to that run rule. Jolliffe now steps in, and he will see strike 1. For the Warkats, they don't want this game to end via the run rule. They want it to continue for as long as they can possibly have it continue. And at the same time, for as long as it is safe to continue. The 0-1. It is down now, 1-1, and oh my goodness, look on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some big pellets of rain. Wow. This is what we've been waiting for all day. It finally has come. Throwback to 1. It is not in time. But wow, what a scene on the camera. Obviously being out there, I feel for the people. But you can see on your screen just how much it's coming down. This is pure summer ball weather. The 1-1. Jolliffe pops it foul. Now 1-2 the count. And once again, Bolivar is on the deck. I feel like with him slipping, you got to call it here. You got to call it. I think wait it out for 5-10 minutes at least and then go from there if this is it. The 1-2, it is behind, and that is the run rule inducing run coming around and scoring. 13-1 the score. It does have to hold into the bottom of the frame, and right now we are going to pause as that is officially putting us in a weather delay. The ball is behind. It'll be, I believe, still the same count as it was, which unfortunately I did just erase it. That'll be the count if we return. But it is going to be a 13-1 score when that happens. The Ohio Braves firmly in control of this one as the monsoon commences. We're going to step aside here on SmeeSports, but before we do, to make sure you stay up to date on all the games that we are covering. Follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. We are just under 100 away from that goal. So if you're new, go down below and subscribe. There's no cost associated with it, but it greatly helps out all we do at SmeeSports. It's a rain delay in Kent. The Ohio Braves, in the top of the third inning, lead this one 13-1 against the Warehouse Warkats. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. We appear to be good to go. You do see some puddling on the mound, and I think that is factored into this decision. There is supposed to be more rain coming to Kent in the next couple of hours. If that does actually happen, this field will probably not be playable by 6. But this game's so close to being done. And you look at the way things stand right now. 13-1 the score. We're going to go ahead and finish this one at least. And then from there, we're going to assess if we can start the next game. And I don't know the answer to that offhand. I don't know if we can. And a lot of that is going to be determined by how does this go. Is it safe to play out there? If the answer is no, then we're not going to continue playing. But so far, the rain, this is the first time it has taken over the contest. It has rained a little bit in the last 2 games. Game number 1 was clear, but it looked like it was going to rain the whole time. And as I've said all day, the goal was to go game to game, just kind of assessing the situations and going from there to see if we can get this done and dusted. And it does appear that we can finish this game, at least for the time being. The umpires went out there really quick to make that decision to see, okay, is it playable, is it not? Now, if something else does postpone this game, then from there, I don't know. There are some kind of bad clouds. You can see it at the top of your screen. Not a funnel, I will say that. It's just very dark. And it's one big spot, but 2 outs in the inning. Boulevard looking to settle things down against Anderson Jolliffe. A pass ball on the last pitch before the break did make this a run rule kind of game. Ball will skip right, and Boulevard still not able to get his footing on the mound. And that makes this one really tough. If he can't get his footing, and neither pitcher can, then this game will go on. But at least for the time being, we're going to play. Still an opportunity for the Braves to add on one more run to ensure their victory. Ground ball left side. Jolliffe hits it through. They're going to send the runner home. It is going to be a contest at the plate, but it is cut off. It's an RBI single for Anderson Jolliffe, and that'll make it 14-1. Ohio Braves on top. Timely hitting once again from Jolliffe. Back-to-back RBI singles, and that ensures the run rule most likely at the end of this inning. But Jolliffe gets his job done, and if you are the Braves, you have to be feeling really good about your chances to seal this one in the bottom of the inning. You'll see Jolliffe take his lead over at first base. That'll bring in A.J. Aviles, the catcher. Aviles so far has been hit by a pitch and has flown out to left field. Boulevard's pitch is there for strike 1. Stick with us after this game does go final. Then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. And given how far we are in this game and just given the run rule, we will be announcing that regardless of if we do officially finish this game or not. Count now 0-2 on Aviles. The only positive is this isn't the last day of pool play. This is day number 1. So if we do have to have some cancellations, there is some wiggle room to work with. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, the pitch. It is wide for ball 1. Jolliffe will be safe at second in the meantime, as he is in with his first stolen base of the game. And once again, looking at the radar, thunderstorms are expected to continue until around 4:15, or I should say start. It says continue, but they haven't started. The 1-2 off the plate for ball 2. And if that happens, that could be, okay, which game do we play, 3:15 or 5:30? That decision not easy right now, but I'm sure it will be a decidable thing soon. Boulevard's 2-2, fouled back. Next inning for the Warkats, it's Daniels, Lancey, and Nakudo. Once again, 14-1 your score. 5 runs this inning, 9 in the last for the Braves. Boulevard keeping close tabs on Jolliffe over at second. The 2-2, it is off the plate for ball 3. Jolliffe is off to the races, and he is in at third. Run number 15 now 90 feet away for the Braves. And for those trying to keep track of the time limit, now it's kind of just a figment of imagination, as it won't matter, A, with the run rule, and B, with that stoppage, it makes it very tough to really tell when it will be done. Payoff pitch, fouled back. And if you are the Braves, given the score and just given where we are in the game, anything close is going to be called a strike, even more than it normally would. You have to go and give some extra protection along the dish. If not, you're going to be rung up, and we're going to go to the bottom of the third inning. The payoff pitch, it is in there for strike three looking, and the side is retired. And I think that pitch pretty much epitomizes where we are in the game. Well, watch it back, but under normal circumstances, I do not think that is a strike. We'll see where it hits. But I would say that was a good couple of inches in on the plate. Either way, Boulevard gets his third strikeout. And looking at that again, that's not as bad as it looked initially. Either way, it ends the inning. The Warkats down by 13. Need 2 to keep the game going. Middle of 3 in Kent. It is the Ohio Braves up 14-1 on the Warkats. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Warkats need 2 runs to keep the game alive and have it go to the 4th inning. The Braves looking to end this one a bit early to get ready for the next game, or just to get ready to go home, depending on how this one goes, as it has been a mixed bag with weather. But this game, it has been all Ohio Braves as they're on top 14-1. And now it is Daniels, Lancey, and Nakudo trying to keep the game alive for the Warkats. The 0-1 is going to miss. Higgins has done a great job, and I give him a lot of credit. First inning, obviously, he came out there pretty quick. He was warmed up, ready to go. Second inning, a long break. Third inning, 5 runs plus a rain delay. I give him tons of credit that he is still this consistent. One hop over too short. Throw to one. It is in time for out number 1. Nice work by Berlin. 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. And back to the top of the order we go with Lancey. Lancey 0 for 1 in this game as he flew out to center field back in the bottom of the 1st. Assuming we do stick to plan, stay with us for the next 2 games of the day. The final 2, it is the Ohio Braves taking on Force Ohio at 3:15. And at 5:30, it is going to be Press on Baseball taking on the H24 Longhorns. But once again, our only guarantee is this game, as given what we've kind of observed here and given the forecast, it might be a moot point to try and even start game number 4. It might be we throw 5 pitches and then we go home. Or it's going to clear up and we're going to be able to finish the day. I will say the lights have been on all day. It's been really weird to see that, but it worked in the morning and it really helped out that game, a game that, according to the radar, was supposed to last for 5 minutes. The 1-0. Dips in now, 1-1 the count. And you can imagine my dismay coming in from Strongsville at 11 o'clock last night, just seeing the forecast, knowing I had to drive 45 minutes and seeing 8:35 the rain, and that one just kind of hurts the soul, but very grateful we played almost 3 complete games now. Either way, it would have been worth it, as it is a very enjoyable time here at Kent State. They've been great hosts to us, and there's been a lot of great games, and as well, this summer, they have brought us our only tie, and that was the game that happened before this. It was a great finish. Go and watch that one when this one is done, or during the next rain delay. We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Higgins looking for out number 2. The pitch, well off the dish, evening things up. But once again, one final reminder, stay with us after our final commercial break. Then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of great candidates on this Braves roster. The 2-2, good drive into left center field. It is down, and it is going into the gap. It is extra bases for Lancey. He is in at 2. Now he is going to third, and he is cruising on in. In the end, he does overslide the bag, but it is the second triple of the game for the Warkats. And both times, it came on a swing from a CVCA Royal. A very interesting factoid about this game. Both triples coming from one roster. And going back to the point I made last time with Shaw, CVCA's future is in good hands. They lose a guy like Harabedian, which is a big loss, but Connor McGow stepping up to be that main guy offensively. Some of the younger guys really stepping up, and now in this game, you see Shaw and Lancey hitting triples. Not a bad time to be a CVCA Royal fan. Fly ball caught in right for out number 2. They're going to send him home. The play at the plate is going to be close. And they got him, and that is going to end the game. What a throw from right. 14-1 is your final score. I did not think that one had a chance to get there in time. That is going to be a 9-2 double play to round it out. We'll see it here. Just got in time. Avila's one heck of a backward dive, but Mihalik on the throw from right. That is a thing of beauty. 14-1 your final score. As the teams exchange pleasantries, we will step aside one final time, hear a word from our sponsors, and be back on to announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. What a win for the Ohio Braves. 14-1 your final score in game number 3 of 5 today. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It could go to a lot of guys as there were a lot of offensive standouts, but you break this game down. One hit changed the trajectory of this contest. Before the swing, it was 0-0. After it, it was 2-0. Ryan Camden, a big 2 RBI double, a ground rule double. That's enough to win player of the game honors. The rally had to start somewhere, and it started with the third baseman, and for that, he is your player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Mihalik with one heck of a throw to Avilas. Both of them deserve honorable mentions. Higgins for his efforts in this one. Everybody did their part as they were great today, and this roster, they are a dangerous one, and if everybody can reach safely at least once, that's a good day at the office. Exactly what happened in this one. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well as subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. There is no cost associated with it, but it greatly helps out all we do at SmeeSports. As well, if you want to become a broadcast sponsor, the information is on your screen. Contact us there, and we will work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Due to two things: one, this game ending early, and two, the uncertainty of game number 4. We are not going to start the next live stream for a little while. We're going to hold off until we know if that one is happening. If at 3:20 you tune in and nothing's live, then we're either A, in a rain delay, or B, the game is just not happening. We will update that on social media as well, so make sure you follow us over there. But in the meantime, that does it from Schoonover Stadium. If this is it from Kent State this year, one final thank you to Kent State and Kent State Baseball for having us out. We were here for the 965, and it has been a very fun summer. And as well, on top of that, if this is it for our coverage of the 965 Midwest Challenge this year, thank you to Matt and Neil for bringing us on. Year number 1 only scratches the surface of what we can do. We're excited for year number 2, and so on and so forth with the 965. It's NABF time. Hopefully we have 2 more games left to go today to wrap things up nicely for our summer coverage with the 965, but not a guarantee. I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Schoonover Stadium, and we will see you next time. This has been the 2025 Kent State / Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.